Okay, good morning, everyone. Blessings to you all. We had quite the beautiful full moon. It just felt so magnanimous. Um, I felt a real shift from that. And I always say, ask and you shall receive. And I said, we've had seven the last couple times, and it would be really lovely to have eight. And here we are. We have our eight. So thank you, all the frequencies that assist us in manifesting our intents. And I also heard something that I thought I really, really liked from someone on the tennis court. And perhaps I hit a shot and perhaps it hit the net and it just happened to go under the person's racket. Otherwise, they probably would have hit a clean winner at me. I said, well, that was lucky. And she says, well, luck is actually the residue of really powerful intending, something like that. So I like that. And so I wanted to say that I feel like we've had the residue of powerful intending because it rained here. It's still sprinkling here in June. Which is unheard of. And this is the first time ever that I've been aware that the lake is spilling in June. So good job, everyone. Good job. And it actually brought me to this thought, this realization that um, I would like to create in this town, this Santa Barbara town, something called the Council of Intent. And I've got a really beautiful rabbi who I'm connected to, and I kind of fielded the question to him. And so reach out to the Unitarian Church and the Unity Church, maybe the Episcopalian, maybe the Buddhist, and maybe meet once a month and say, what's our intent for the next period of time? And then go back to our congregations and our groups and collectively add to that, because I think that we're not taking advantage of this. It's an innate power that we all have. It's one thing to intend things for yourself and to put energy on the grid for it, and then to take the right action and then be grateful when it manifests, as I am today that there are eight of us. I'm grateful. Thank you. And do it with joy. It's another thing that when you have a collective intent, especially if it's well represented, especially if it's well represented. So that's going to be one of my things I'm going to think through this summer and perhaps even take some steps. I've got some ideas on how to take some steps. So here we are. It's our Monday of empowerment and intending and pulling in now the extra energy that we receive from the sun, right? The sun is a very powerful source. Interestingly enough, the ancients have talked about the central spiritual sun that brings its frequencies through our sun, and that we can tap into that and utilize that as both something that enhances our field, that enhances our intending, that links us to source, and also just gives us beautiful energy. So we'll start today with just feeling into what it is that is in our immediate sphere of intending. Let's just put that like right over here. We're going to put it over on our left side. What are you dreaming about? What would you love to see manifest better than you could ever realize? So right here, I want you to put, that's my left side. Looks like my right, but it's my left side over here. Just take a moment. Maybe choose one really solid thing first. and nod your head. Let it be a yes. Let it be a yes. Yes. Why not? And I'm even curious about how it's all going to come together. And yes, I'm going to accept help. Of course I am. And I'm going to breathe my way into it and with it and through it. And then I'm going to bless it. Send it out to ethers. So I remember this thing that happened when I was a youngster, and I'd gotten out of college, and I had a chat with someone about manifesting things. I knew nothing about it, and out of our conversation, I came up with this protocol. And as I recall, actually, yeah, as I recall, I needed a place to live besides where I was. So I thought about what I would like. And at the time, I was actually wanting to live with people and get to know Santa Barbara. So put it clearly in a box, found the perfect place, and it's really awesome. And I put it in a box, and I blessed it. And then I gave it away like that. I just said, okay, you take care of it. And that was it. It was that simple. And within a short time, my roommate, we were cramped in the tiniest room you can even imagine, just because she'd come back into town and needed a place to crash. She comes home, she goes, well, I found where we're going to live. I go, well, what's that? She goes, we're going to live in a mansion. I go, okay. So we go up and meet the lady. And not only did we get the yes to move into this giant ensuite, beautiful, like one of the master bedrooms. Not only did it have 3 fireplaces and 2 kitchens, and I mean, it was just a wonderful place. But the people who were living in there are wonderful, and they're still our friends. This is 50 years ago, almost. And in addition to that, we gained some real notoriety because we became the Mission Ridge 12, bunch of hippies living in a mansion, and the MD was living in the carriage house. He didn't really like that, so we had a little lawsuit and we won. And we started the first recycling. And I didn't know what recycling was. And we separated everything. We took it down to the place, and we used for eventually 17 people. We had 2 trash cans. That was it, because we composted, recycled, and we had our own garden. So anyway, powerful things come when you create your intention clearly and with joy and possibility and curiosity. And you're willing to have a giggle when it manifests beyond your dreams. And so many adventures happen in that house. I mean, I could write a book about it. I was there a short time, but it was really a blessing. So anyway, I want you now to take this little pile over here, and I want you to get a beautiful little box. Could be a shoe box, or, a square box with a beautiful lid. I want you to put that right there. Okay. And then on this other side, for out there in the world, I'm going to suggest solutions having to do with plastic. So mine here is going to be, I'm going to find ways to use less plastic. I don't know how that's going to be. I dread every piece I use. I'm also going to put in here a very clear picture of the discovery of something that can move on those big ocean liners and cull microplastics out of the water without hurting any fish, dolphins, or whales. And also that all those big boats stop hurting whales. That is all taken, that we start taking care of ourselves. I'm going to put that in there. And I'm also going to say that people realize that there's detrimental issues with drinking out of plastic bottles. And some studies are done and put out about that people start going, oh, okay. So those are my intentions for the big world. And would you join me? Would you join me in going, okay, well, I'm going to see if I can reduce my plastics. You won't be able to get rid of them, probably, unless you live on a farm, but you can reduce consciously and recycle the ones that are recyclable. And then do your best not to drink out of plastic throwaway bottles. And then thirdly, inventions. Okay, so that's our experiment. I can see this one clearly, and I can put so much hope around this one. That's what I'm just going to take hope out of my pocket. I'm going to stuff it into the bag like this. And I'm going to put some solar energy into that and some energy from the Pleiades and from Sirius. There are a bunch of serious scientists up there. So we're going to put some serious science, serious energy in there. And we're going to say, all right, you guys, you have absolute permission to start downloading. Absolute permission. Download. Because, Einstein, a lot of them, they came up with the same thing at the same time because it was on the quantum. It was time. So, yes, let this be time. Okay, thank you. Thank you. My sister just had something brilliant to offer. Okay, so here we are. I want you to look at one box and look at the other. Look at one box, look at the other. Make it real, lovely beings. Make it real. Manifested. Yep, it is manifested and is brilliant and it's well received. And this already in the making. Already in the making. Yeah, someone's dreaming that and intending that right now. Okay, so then, because we are going to start. Okay, here we go. And we're going to call to all the joyous beings of light. We're going to do an invocation here. All the joyous beings of light, come and join our frequency field. We call to all those beings who are energetically allowed into our quantum field from the Pleiades and Sirius and Andromeda and Antares and the AA station and the Great Bear and Polaris and beyond. We magnetically open the field for you to begin the downflow into our field, both for us personally and for this globe. And begin, my beautiful friends, to pull those frequencies down. Pull them down. Pull them down. Yes. And begin just to turn the dial. So you want to tune into the energies that are right. So let's look to your left hand and tune into what's the right formula of help you having clear intent, inspiration, you cultivating your energy enough to take action, your powerful and good thoughts, and your yeses. Yes, this is a yes. This is a yes. I'm excited about it, and it's a yes. So spend a moment or three with that and pull the energies down, turn the dial, be very intuitive here. And love, 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 love. Infiltrate the space between say the bosons and the quarks, the electrons, all that space. Braid your intention through the what is. And yes, 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 and yes. And then begin the flow. Begin the flow. So there's a train of flow that starts to go into all the bits and bobs of your intention. And we're going to let that cook for a while. And lace that love and yes through your creation. And call it your creation. It might be a job. It might be a project. It might be a manifestation of success to what you're already doing. It might be health. It might be greater healing powers, etc., etc., etc. And lace the love and the yes. Okay, more cooking, 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 cooking. It's going to cook with those two things. Okay, now we look at this other one, and here's where we want to reach out to humanity. And we want to say, dear humanity, we're speaking to you now in the collective. We're speaking to you with our hearts and souls. We came here to be as presence. We have worked very hard in our awakening process. We will continue to do so for the good of all. We will. May we inspire you towards that possibility. Can you, dear humanity, become more conscious this week? Can you feel that moment in you that makes a choice that's for the betterment? Can you begin to feel what you are and who you are and what your purpose is here? Can you find your heart this week? Find your heart and engage kindly and with consideration with 2 people, maybe 10. Kindness, consideration. Why not? A loving gesture towards someone in need. love, love, love. And we reach a little deeper into the field of humanity. Are you willing somewhere, someone's out there to recognize the need for immediate action and open to the perfect intuitive download that will really greatly assist you as a creator, inventor, downloader of exactly the right formulas for cleanup. And we speak intuitively and intently towards leaders of corporations that they may shift their attention from the bottom line, stockholders, and their most times enormous salaries, to saving the planet for their kids. Let's speak right to it, for their kids and their kids' kids. Conscience. Conscience. Then action. Well, we know this is a big, it's a kind of a big basket, actually. But we're initiating this now as an intent. We're initiating seeding the planet, just as we seeded the park with little tiny oaks. In this time of fruitful earth receiving because of the rain and the moisture. And we know that this is going to take a lot of cooking, a lot of cooking, but we're lighting the flame under it. Or perhaps we're turning on the electric stove under it just to get it cooking. Thinking about tiny ways and large ways to reduce. Just like, why not? Conscious planet. Now, the third thing we do is we have this little basket in front of us. And in that basket, I'm going to beautifully suggest to you that you look into it and go, this is my thought basket. Look into it. This is my thought basket. And I'm going to make 10 choices a day of positive things about what is happening in the now and put it in that basket, the thought basket. The highest and best will occur. There's one. The universe continues to support me. There's another one. I'm always in the right place at the right time. I love my body into perfect health. I'm perfectly beautiful as I am. I am power. All that I am is for the good of all. Look for moments to have those thoughts. And if you see a negative thought drop into it, gently pull it out and say, not in my basket, and just allow it to slip to the floor. It will, it will dissolve. So this is a powerful time of intending. Jupiter is in Taurus, and you know how Taurus is to have. And Tauruses are stubborn and intentful, but also want to create beauty and love. So you might want to go get 2 little containers, maybe a square box, a little basket. Write some of those things out. Put them in the basket. If you have a cute little tiny cup, that could be your thought cup. You could put it on the bathroom sink right there. When you look in the mirror, you pull out your positive thoughts, put them in the cup. And even if you have to add water to it, then you drink them down. That's okay too. That's pretty cool, right? Okay, so now we're going to bring our hands together and we're going to just say, love, 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 love. We love all the love that comes to us and for us, and we are so grateful. And all the expression of blessing coming through me, I now just blast out to you. Energize your thoughts and your intentions and your blessings and your curiosity and your will to do good. And enjoy that which you create as it manifests in your heart, molecule by molecule. And don't forget, dear beings, you will be asked to take action, and you cannot be lazy. Got to get to it. Yeah, we all have, because we have these vehicles, we have to take action. And also, don't forget economy of energy. There's certain actions that will waste your energy and certain that will be right to the point. And so in the back of your mind, a little nod to economy of energy, both for you and for the planet. And by that, I mean that piece of paper could just go in the trash. Why not just march it over to recycling? Because that actually can be recycled. Some of this plastic garbage, got to look on the bottom of it. Nope, not that kind, but this kind, yes. So these little acts create energy for the manifestation of that which we seek in our hearts and our minds and our souls, which is this planet finding its way to ascend to 5D. Namaste, and thank you for joining me in love, love, love.